We've been on this the social media thing for like 3 years. We've been talking about social media. We're on it with TonyCurryRadio.net and Tony Curry Radio and Curry and Klapow, and we have to be on it. It's something that we enjoy getting on.
Yeah. And
social media is a wonderful thing. It's like the internet. It's fantastic, but it's also the devil in the details. And as a business, you're crazy not to be on social media because it's free advertising.
Right.
Get on there and promote your thing. The more followers you got, the more people are going to follow you, and blah, 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 blah. And then it creates this monster of, influencers and everything else, right? So, and I certainly have my thoughts and my opinions on why people post their wife's birthday or happy anniversary, or why they keep in touch with 5-year-olds they were in love with in California, or these special Facebook groups. Because
I'm in like 5 of them.
I know you are.
Dog lovers, parents of Charleston.
Clubhouse.
What?
Clubhouse.
No, I'm not in Clubhouse. I was in Clubhouse for a while. Alumni.
How did that Clubhouse
Kennedy
thing turn out, by the way?
It's kind of piddled out. I mean, I shouldn't say that.
And that just goes, it's like...
It hasn't piddled out. That's not the right thing to say.
You piddled out on it.
I piddled out on it. Because it was wasting my time because I couldn't stop listening to it.
Yeah, that's what social media does. It wastes your time.
No, it's fabulous.
The same people go, God, I wish I had 2 or 3 more hours in the day. Well, get off Facebook for 4 hours a day, and you'll have more time to do what you want to do.
And you know what I love about it?
Well, I got to go check all the people I follow and see what's going on. I got to like this, I got to like this. And, there's Mike Dibberly posting a picture of his lasagna. I like that. That looks delicious. And I'm like, dude... Think about all the time you waste. I'm not saying you can't do a little bit of it in moderation.
So, listen, there's been not a whole lot of news stories that came out on this, and I was actually surprised when Facebook and Instagram went down. Mm-hmm. I mean, they went down for 6 hours.
Yeah, they're saying it wasn't hacked. It was just some processing error. By the way.
Okay, but 6 hours that people, not that they couldn't be on their phones.
They said they lost $100 million.
Yeah, but think about it. If I told you, not you don't count. If I told most people, I want you off Facebook.
I didn't even know it went down.
That's exactly, I know.
It was great.
You were over on MySpace.
It's like, good.
But think about it. If you told most people, just stay off Facebook. This is so interesting psychologically. Stay off Facebook or Instagram for 6 hours. Okay? The people who use it a lot would be like, okay, and then after about 2 hours,
those are the same people when their electricity's out, they keep going over to the light switch and turning it off and on, even though it's dark in the house.
But when it's off, what I think is so interesting when it's broken, right? Because Facebook and Instagram was broken. There's less distress because there's no phone, there's no fear of missing out. Mm-hmm. Nobody else on. But I'll tell you, I did this. This is terrible. When it went down, I thought, it was interesting. After about 20 minutes, I thought, wow, this is really interesting because these things usually, they refresh and they're good to go. So I instantly I went to, like everybody, I went to Twitter. What the hell's going on? Mm-hmm. And then I'm watching, and it's almost like watching a disaster. Every hour, is it back up? Is it back up? Is the power back on? I did that for 6 hours. Like intermittently throughout my day.
Sad,
I kept,
man.
I know.
It's really sad. That should tell you something. You may have a problem.
Do you think I have a problem?
I don't think you have a problem. I think you use it for a platform, and I know how big you are on Instagram.
I use it.
But it would be, you may want to take a break just for a few days to see how you react to it.
No, I couldn't. No.
Well, that's a problem.
No, I couldn't.
From a psychological standpoint.
I could do it anytime I want, but I don't want to.
Exactly. I could stop drinking too. Whenever I
could
want.
Stop off social media if I wanted to, but I don't want to.
That's a little bit of an issue. I know, and I got people pushing me. You need to make videos. You need to do this, that, and the other. And I'm like, first of all, I'm just not going to make a video just to make a video.
No.
Although I actually posted a picture of myself.
I saw that.
It was just something different as opposed to a Curry and Klapow picture, which I post every single morning
because
it's the same damn thing. Well, in the coffee cup you gave me, be true.
Yeah.
So Twitter, who's been very quiet through all this Instagram, Facebook, whistleblower stuff, they've been very, very, they're not talking to us. Shh. So they came out yesterday, and they're testing some brand new stuff. A brand new feature warns users, or they say warns snowflakes, they're called snowflakes, before they get into a heated or intense conversation on Twitter.
What do they warn?
The new feature warns users before they wade into a Twitter fight, cautioning, heads up, conversations like this can be intense.
That is sweet.
A prompt suggests users remain respectful and reminds them that facts matter and diverse perspectives have value. The feature is being tested for both iOS and Android, but there's no indication if or when it will be rolled out officially. It's just the platform's latest attempt
super cool
to create a more peaceful atmosphere among users. In May, Twitter rolled out globally a feature that warns you about sending potentially harmful or offensive replies.
Yeah. That is genius, and it won't work.
Yeah, depending on the topic or tenure of the thread, a prompt might announce conversations like this can be intense, according to a tweet Wednesday from Twitter support. It's being tested again by both iOS and Android, but there is no indication when, in fact, it will come out. Ever want to know how the vibe of a conversation before you join in? Twitter support asked. We're testing prompts on Android and iOS. It gives you a heads up.
What an interesting algorithm, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For the computer to be able to pick up what it's picking up, what derogatory words?
Yeah.
Lots of heated adjectives.
In a sample tweet, a user remarked that not all college athletes will get rich just because they're not allowed to sign endorsement deals. Before the first response, a prompt cautions, heads up, conversations like this can be intense.
Why? Why? Like, what right? Because why? It's a controversial topic?
Yes.
So that's what it's going off of.
It also says, remember the human. Communicating with respect makes Twitter better.
So what do you think? Because I was getting snarky in my thought about it. On the one hand, I was like, okay, this is totally going to bait.
This is also cool, real quick.
Yeah.
The platform's also working on an undo send timer for tweets that will give premium users 5 seconds to rethink their message that's sent. So in other words, you jump off the bridge, you can actually get back up on the bridge.
Premium users, meaning what?
You probably have to spend money for the service. You see it. I know they're selling it. It's unbelievable.
Wait, no.
But
what do you mean? You
could
can
actually
delete your tweet.
You could push send and then undo it before it goes out.
Oh, before it sends.
You have 5 seconds.
That's like email. You ever see the email? You retract this email. That is the stupidest thing I've ever. Have you ever seen this?
I'm trying to think if I've ever sent out a tweet.
But then you just delete it.
Well, just act like you hit it and wait 5 seconds, then just don't send it.
What? What do you mean?
They're saying you can hit send and then within 5 seconds, pull it back.
Yeah.
I'm just saying just do away with the whole thing and just think 5 more seconds before you send it.
Yeah.
Now, what I'd really like to see is send something and then within a period of time, maybe a couple of hours, maybe even a day or so, be able to somehow
remove it.
Because when you delete a tweet, it's already gone. It's gone to everyone you sent it out to.
Oh, be able to really suck it back in from everywhere.
Yeah. That would be cool.
Yeah. Well, you should.
But then you'd have people hacking people's accounts and just sucking all their tweets just so they couldn't get anything out. Because that's what we see happening. We saw that with the NASCAR thing. Bubba Wallace, when the Brandon kid won the Xfinity thing, and they're saying F Joe Biden. And they realized what they were saying, and they had to pull it back. By then, it's too late.
That's right.
All it's got to go is out to one person.
That's right.
How often do you think Britney Spears would?
No, I love the warning thing. I really do. On the one hand, I think
it's so incredibly sad, somewhat pathetic. That we have to be warned that we're about ready to get into an intense conversation. Just get the hell off.
No, but dude, look at the way our society works. We freaking get in wars and kill people. I mean, it's not any different.
I do have a couple of friends of mine. Actually, I was going to have lunch with one today, but I can't. My son's here. And no matter what I post, it could be anything. It could be a picture of my daughter. Whatever I post, he always has to have a but in everything he responds to.
Right.
And I'm kind of like, yeah, that's great, but blah, 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 blah. He's always got to be pushing out his opinion. And it is always contradictory to what I say.
For a living? Can you tell me?
Nothing.
Okay. Because I was going to say, a lot of times this is how people...
He's a great guy.
No, I know. But this is how, depending on what you do for a living, what your life's like, what your personality is, this is your way of being heard. Right? So But
I'm not always... See, the thing is I'm not always posting things. Sometimes I'm posting things, I don't care about your response.
No, I'm not. That's what I'm saying.
And I don't know why people feel the need. Because if I ask you a question, what do you think about this, like a Reddit, that's one thing. But if I post something and say, this is how I feel, I'm not asking for your side of it.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This is an opportunity for people who feel like they never get to put their words out.
They can do it on their own. They don't need me to put it out first.
It's more provocative.
Oh God.
No, I'm telling you, that's the psychology behind
I know.
it. Well, and that's why I was going to say the warning thing is really interesting to me. Because on the one hand, it does make sense, right? And I could see myself going, okay, I'm not in the mood to try to jump into this. I could see that. I think it's good. It's also good, I don't know, for parents or whatever. Hey, look, okay. But on the other hand, see, the more snarky part of me is like, it's the warning graphic material.
Yeah.
So what's the first thing you do?
You're going to go look at it.
Right. So this is warning. This could get heated.
Yeah.
I'm in.
See, you're drawn to that. I'm not.
I'm in.
I'm not. I'm like.
Well, see, actually,
because I know it's bullshit. It's just
no. It is
because it goes south really fast.
I am a psychologist.
Yeah.
You're an actor. I am a psychologist.
You get drawn into it. I know.
I get drawn into it, but I don't always comment. I really do. Maybe this is why I waste my time. I love to watch the types of response, the patterns of response, the emotional tenor of people's responses, the sophistication of it. Like, I love to watch the savvy person who's just slashing you verbally and you didn't even realize it, and then the dumbass person does the but it to me it's just it's people watching.
Yeah, I get you.
That's all. I mean, I'm not jumping in, and I don't jump in. I've stopped jumping in. If you notice, I don't jump into as many as I did before, because one of the lessons I've learned is that whole idea that just give it like a few minutes.
You've learned this because of what you say. You don't always have to have the last word. People always feel like they have to have the last word.
Right.
And if they have the last word and you don't respond to it, they think they've won, and they haven't.
Right.
So don't always feel like you have to get the last word in to end a particular argument.
I agree.
And then that's where it gets ugly, because someone will make it ugly enough that they hope that you don't respond so they can sit there and say, I won that. And they haven't.
Right.
They've just said something so damn stupid that you just don't give a squat.
Well,
I love debates, and I love, opinions and saying, listen, but I'll never say I think you're wrong here. I'll just say why I think I'm right.
Yes.
And if you want to disagree with me on that, that's fine. And I try to keep it positive. I don't sit there. I don't hammer on other people. I just tell you what my beliefs are and my opinions. And if you disagree with that, then feel free to go run your own thread. But I'm going to sit there and say, this is how I feel about something. That's fine. But I'm not going to tell you why I think you're wrong. I don't.
The way that I have the last word.
Because they think I'm as right as I am.
That's right. The way I always have the last word is I give a statement that is an out, but it's a polite out. Have a great night. Peace.
Yeah, peace.
Which means,
I use it all the time,
which makes me feel better. This is my own weakness.
I'm sorry we agree to disagree.
No, not even there. Just peace. But because then I feel as if I've had the definitive last word, because anything you bring back beyond that
perfect.
is your first word, not your last word.
Yes.
That's how I cope with this.
Exactly. And it makes you the much bigger person.
Yes.
Sorry we can agree on that piece. I hope you have a great day.
That's right.
I always throw the old, let's have a cup of coffee and talk about it. And I get nothing.
Of course.
You don't feel that way? Let's get together and have a cup of coffee and let's talk about this.
Well, you heard this,
because we can't really get anything done in 120 characters. Let's get together.
You heard the JP Dice story where someone called him out and he got the phone number and he called him up. Hey, this is JP Dice.
Well, how fast they put that tail between the legs.
Oh, he did.
Oh my gosh, JP Dice is on.
They call, He's like, this is JP Dice, and I see you were quite angry with me.
I get that a lot because you never know the interpretation or the accentuates of a particular tweet or something. And so you'll put something out and you're expecting a little blowback. And so every word is almost like it's got an exclamation mark behind it. And they say something that you construe as mean-spirited, but they're just trying to be funny because they know you and what the stuff. And then I'll go, well, you're wrong, and then they'll tweet back, dude, relax, I was just playing.
Because you're Tony.
Whatever.